number 2 grit, those things are just brutal, and you've got to keep them out of your piping system. It's a very, very expensive lesson to learn. You do not dump any of this stuff down any of interior drains, household drains, your outside drains. You can put it out on the street, in the garden, in the grass, but I go ahead and stir it on up, get it all ready, and then we just toss it. And then you'll see in here, you can see how thick that is. It's like a thick paste in there. So I just try and go ahead and look at all the sides. It will dry. If you don't clean it up, it'll dry and it is like concrete. You'll have to chip it with a sledgehammer. Okay. There we go. All right, welcome back to Knapp Tumbling Central. I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little example of a slurry bucket. So as you rinse each of your tumbles and it goes into a bucket, you need to retain and contain all of that, pretty much some really nasty, bad, ugly stuff. You can see it's thick, and this is even on the polishing slurry, which is actually a very, very fine slurry. Hey, welcome to Knapp Tumbling Central. I'm here with executive producer, grandson Chance. He's helping me working on our stones today. Today we're going to actually check our tumbler number 3, which has got a couple batches of finished stones that are in the final stage of polishing. And so we're going to open this up and we're going to get a chance to check the stones out and really look at which ones we want to maybe move to the next step and do another polishing cycle that will move towards jewelry making on them. So we'll start with that and we're ready to go. Executive producer, grandson Chance, is helping me working on our stones today. Today we're going to actually check our tumbler number 3, which has got a couple batches of finished stones that are in the final stage of polishing. And so we're going to open this up and we're going to get a chance to check the stones out and really look at which ones we want to maybe move to the next step and do another polishing cycle that will move towards jewelry making on them. So, hey, welcome to Knapp Tumbling Central. I'm here with executive producer, grandson Chance. He's helping me working on our stones today. Today we're going to actually check our tumbler number 3, which has got a couple batches of finished stones that are in the final stage of polishing. And so we're going to open this up and we're going to get a chance to check the stones out and really look at which ones we want to maybe move to the next step and do another polishing cycle that will move towards jewelry making on them. So we'll start with that and we're ready to go. Executive producer, grandson Chance, is helping me working on our stones today. Today we're going to actually check our tumbler number 3, which has got a couple batches of finished stones that are in the final stage of polishing. And so we're going to open this up and we're going to get a chance to check the stones out and really look at which ones we want to maybe move to the next step and do another polishing cycle that will move towards jewelry making on them. So, okay, here we go again. Welcome back. Now, oh my goodness. Oh, you don't want these things to pop off because they make a terrible, terrible mess. But holy mackerel, I almost had to go to the gym and work out to be able to get the lid off. Sometimes you screw it on so tight, it makes it very tough. So now we're going to pop this off. It's really nice to be able to take a small little tool. We'll go ahead and flex the edge, dip down inside, and oh, the mystery is revealed. Oh, look at this. Nice little slurry that we got, and ooh, a stone right on top. So we'll go ahead and pop these rascals over here. Now, we're going to take this slurry over to our cleaning zone, and we're going to pop this down here, and I'm going to take and use my spray bottle to go and actually get rid of all of the grit that's off. Cleaning the grit off of all the tools, all the tumblers, lids, and everything are very, very critical. So we'll do first stage cleaning here. Bam, bam, bam. Feel like I'm ready to go ahead and go into window washing. Then the next step is we're going to gently pour off the liquid. Sometimes it's actually better to try and just lift the stones out carefully as we go, because at this juncture they've been tumbling for quite some time in the polishing stage, and you don't want to aggressively just dump them into your straining and rinsing basket only to go ahead and cause them to chip against one another. So we'll go ahead and pop these gently down, and then we'll rinse the ones that we've got. There's a bunch more that's in here. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, so now let's take a look at what we got. Don't like to get messy. This is probably not a hobby for you, but you know, as in all good things, sometimes you get a little bit messy and you clean it on up, and oh, look at what is absolutely appearing in front of us here. Holy mackerel, are those beautiful or whatever? Wow. Very, very nicely shaped, large stones, some smaller stones. Oh, we've got a black obsidian here. Oh, can't even tell the difference with my glove. It's so polished. Look at that. It matches my vinyl gloves. I'm matching with my stones. Now that's pretty good. Oh, wow. That's just cool. Okay, so we'll go and get now a glass of water. We'll take our rinse bucket down here. I'm going to pull it on up, and ooh, now we go ahead and we really rinse these good, and we remove all of the grit. Because we want to really get a chance to inspect the stones once we get them. Because as you can see on here, we've got a lot of stratification that's happening. That's layering within the stones. And we want to look for any fracturing. See, now I'm seeing this fracturing in here. That will actually contain grit. And that's why it's so important to clean each step of the way and tumble the stones to try and get rid of the grit from the previous tumble. Because boy, I tell you, if you're carrying grit number 1, which is an incredibly coarse grit all the way through, it will take and ruin the finish on your tumbles as it gets later into your polishing tumble. Oh, look at this lapis lazuli. Beautiful, and it's got the gold flecks that are in there with it. Can you see the gold flecks? Hold it so the light can see it there, Chance. There we go. We got gold flecks. Probably this one too. Oh, see, look at that. Now the gold is actually little pieces of pyrite that are in the stone itself. Okay, so now once we get this first batch done, we're going to grab a tray. We're going to load it up with water. As I've stated in previous videos, you want to make sure when you're going and checking all your stones, so we'll finish pulling the rest of the stones out of that tumbler, but we're gently just handling them so that we're not going to try and fracture the stones against each other. Oh, look at this. This is a little beautiful piece. See, this is going to be perfect for actually being able to drill and hang as a pendant around a neck. You can see how that would look. Oop, get back up here. It's already trying to get away. Maybe it wants to go to market. It's trying to get there before I get a chance to even put it on the shelf. So it's kind of a unique lapis lazuli. Lots and lots of pyrite in it. Looks like some other quartz in there. But there's still a very unique stone. But important to keep the stones moist and covered in water when you pull them out, because you do not want whatever grit, including the fine polishing grit, to actually dry inside of these little fractures. They can actually go ahead and cause the stone to crack and refracture again. If they get wet, they'll swell. So we're going to leave those there, and we're going to come back over and move to this tumble here again, and then we'll see what we've got in here. Oh, I'm feeling some gems. Oh man, look at this. This is professional mining right here. Look at, oh, oh. Wow, covered in that slurry. But we'll go ahead and pop there. So, and as you'll see, and I'm pulling this out once we rinse this, there'll be still some larger caliber stones and then some small stones. It's very, very important that you layer your stones and use different size stones in your tumble. Reason for that is if all the stones are the same size and they're all like on a larger scale, there are fewer points of contact that the stones run into each time as they try and tumble. So it doesn't get a good tumble. So when you have a variety of stone sizes, there are just more points of contact within the barrel that the stones get a chance to tumble against. Boy, oh, I just feel one. Okay, all right. So now we'll go. Ooh, there's some little tiny ones. That's a little red jasper. Hard to see it right now, but okay. So we'll take here, and then we'll go pink. And let's rinse this up here. Now, as you can see, I'm putting and draining this all into my rinse bucket here, and it's got some nasty stuff in there. So there we go, my executive assistant, executive producer, and chief here in Knapp Tumbling Central. Oh, look at those. Wow, what a hole. Woo. Oh, we got a beautiful tiger eye that's coming out. It's emerging. So I'd say try not to actually drop them against each other, and I'm throwing them at one another. Okay, let's go. Continue on here. Wow. So we'll gently squish. Now obviously, you can see that I'm using buckets of water. Lots of water is a key ingredient in being able to be successful. Oh, look at this purple amethyst. Oh man. Now when we shine that up in the light a little bit later here. Oh. Now this one, see, I'm probably going to need to go ahead, you're in the light on it, so you won't be able to see it. There we go. We'll have to go ahead and look at it a little bit more. You're blocking the light on that. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take off these here. And we'll go start feeding these in. And Chance, could you give me some water to dump in this little rascal here as we continue? Oh, these are great because this has got a lot of very, very nice size. You can just dump her all top in there. Oh, look at that. Okay. And we'll cover those totally. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, don't be afraid to skimp on the water. We can add water. There we go. So now you'll also see that I've got a tumbling medium that add friction in the tumble that's inside here. This is a ceramic medium. Now we're going to gently dump the rest of these out. There we go. And when you're going to the polish stage, it's good to take the medium that you've run in the third grit, run that ceramic medium through a clean barrel and tumble it to go ahead and remove all of the grit off of it. But you can see on these ceramic mediums, see they're not jagged and they're not absolutely brand new stuff, or have very, very sharp edges, which help the stones grind against one another. But when you're in the polishing stage, you don't want that kind of a heavy grind. So it's good to have your ceramic medium, which actually provides cushioning so that the stones don't bust into each other, but also shaping and polishing. Oh boy, look at this. So we got some nice little stones in here. These are going to be perfect for being able to use for jewelry making, for earrings, for rings themselves, pendants. Yep, some of these are so small. I think if I would have let this continue to go for a couple more days, a lot of these would end up just disappearing. So this brings up another really good point, that if fractures or edges that may actually come loose, because stones that actually tumble and then fracture and create smaller pieces simply act as kind of coarse grit on the rest of the stone, so they don't necessarily help the polish stage. So the quality of stones that you use and choose, and it takes a little bit of time, but through trial and error, and actually you could read some books, there's great videos out there. This is how I've learned all of this, as well as just, you know, the basic concept of garbage in ends up having be polished garbage out. So you want to use really good quality stones that don't have the serious fracturing. Now I will save all of this ceramic media here, and it will be used again on another number 4 polished tumbler. Coat it. I'm going to take now. Whoop. Looks like, see, we're going to need to take the barrel, take my bucket. We're going to have to go dump our bucket. In a minute here, I'll give you a little discussion about the bucket and what you do with this stuff.